Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks.
It was Tyra. What's your last name?
Banks.
Okay, and now you're just going Tyra.
Just Tyra.
Okay, what separates a supermodel from a model?
I guess it's about being versatile, about like changing with the trends. So what you have to do is you have to transcend the times. And that's what a supermodel is.
This is a story about a supermodel who now calls Australia home.
Model Tyra Banks has been living in Australia.
Was spotted in Sydney.
America's Next Top Model, real estate.
A star,
here?
dessert empire.
And they love to eat some ice cream, so are we gonna do this, family?
And we did it.
Is anyone else on Tyra Banks' hot ice cream talk? Tyra Banks seems to be terrorizing the people of Australia.
I've just been in ice cream world.
It's so yummy. So what exactly is it?
A Smise, fierce, intense eye expression. I can't stand up.
Let's get her some help. All right.
How's everybody doing?
Okay. We got you.
One,
We
two,
got you.
three.
1, 2, 3.
And then we can turn that car off.
Oh my God.
How is everybody doing?
Tyra Banks.
So as you can see, how I've entered means this talk with Michael is about to get real crazy. You guys ready for some fun?
Let's do
All right.
While you put on your shoes, welcome to South by Southwest Sydney. It's a big special stage. This is a great moment. How are you feeling?
I feel so excited.
You survived.
I survived. I was so scared that I was going to be all over the internet for the rest of my life, going on off the edge of the stage. So we got past that. And Michael, I pulled out my good long wig for you. So I've been wearing really short hair, and South by Southwest is now introducing me coming back to long hair. South by Southwest Sydney.
You look amazing.
So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you.
You've been almost like an honorary Aussie now. You've been in Australia for a while. How's life here? What are you discovering about Australian culture?
Y'all like to get up early. Like, the cafes are open at like 4 a.m., and everybody is running and working out and Pilateing and yogiing and all. I'm like, what the hell? But one thing I notice about Australia is it's a curated country. So like when I go to the grocery store, so if I go to Ralph's or, Pavilions in America, there's like 50 to 60 barbecue sauces. You go to Kohl's and Woolies here, there's 3, and they're friggin' phenomenal. Whereas in America, you're like, I got all this choice, and half of them are nasty, and I'm gonna waste so much money trying to figure out what's good. Or in New York, there's so many like Broadway shows, and you're like, well, I don't know what to go. Here, it's like, Rent's here, I'm going. Hamilton's here, okay, let's all go. Tina Turner, Wicked. It's like, it's here, it's curated. It's going to be good.
It's good.
Yes.
Exactly. Any new discoveries, any new products or new sayings or Aussie things that you've fallen in love with?
I'm gonna eat a burger in the car.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna eat a burger in the car.
A burger in the car.
I don't know I can do a British accent perfectly. I don't know how to do an Aussie accent. It just doesn't come to me.
I think you're doing all right.
Burger in the car.
In the car.
In the car.
Dale.
Huh?
Dale.
Dale.
Get in the car.
Dale, what's Dale?
It's just a name, just a good Aussie name.
Oh, a person.
Dale, get in the car.
Dale, get in the car. Yeah, I love it here though. I feel so at home. My mama says, I don't know what is up with the Aussie men, but y'all be helping her get in her car and put her groceries in her boot. Y'all call it a boot or a trunk? In a boot. She's like, yeah, they helped me with my boot. So it's very, very kind people too.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad we're making a good impression
Yes.
and that you're enjoying life here.
Actually, you know what? there's this thing that went, I wouldn't call it viral, but like y'all were making fun of me about eating a burger in the car. So if you Google Tyra eating a burger in the car in Sydney, child, I don't look like this. That's all I'm saying. It's not cute.
You've had an amazing career, and you are a boundary-smashing global supermodel, an icon. How has that experience of like having a personal brand from such a young age, like we saw in the clip, how has that shaped the way that you approach being an entrepreneur and how you show up in the world today?
For me, it's about differentiation, not being like everybody else. Coming on the South by South stage in Sydney in a damn, I don't know, what is that? What is that? A mini car? I don't even know what that is. Doing things differently. So when I was modeling, like I made sure that my walk was different and unique, and I practiced in the living room in my mom's nightgowns and like had sheets tied to my waist and was like, what am I gonna be known for? How can I be different? Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, it's like SMIZE DREAM, it's the ice cream, it's not just the normal flavors, it's like something that you're familiar with a twist. I'm not gonna go so crazy, I'm a business person, I want you to buy it, but to have that uniqueness, or in all of our tubs, there's a Smise surprise, like this hidden truffle treat where you have to dig and find it, and it's gamified. And so that differentiation has gone from modeling to now this.
And while that has been consistent, I imagine you have had to grow, evolve, and potentially change or shed some things along the way as you moved from fashion, entertainment,
yes, through
to now the business world. Anything that you've built upon or let go or left behind?
So at the time when I was transitioning from modeling to like television hosting and then being a business person, I was like, this whole sexy thing, this whole like swimsuit girl and lingerie, she gotta go. Cause y'all ain't gonna take me seriously if I'm walking in my drawers on a runway. So I was offered a Victoria's Secret contract again, like to renew it. I was with them for 10 years. They didn't care about age, which was beautiful. And they offered me another contract. I was like, I can't do that. I can't be sexy. I gotta be this talk show host and be taken seriously and not be sexy. But child, the long hair is out and the boobs are up tonight. Because I feel like now we can be multidimensional, yeah. Michael.
Yeah.
I don't have to, so I pushed them up. Just for y'all tonight. I don't feel like I have to let that go anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that authenticity is something that you have
What you call it?
Yeah.
I told you I'm
where
crazy.
do I go from there?
Sorry, I'm crazy.
But that being taken seriously, I think is a really important point for lots of us in different contexts and environment, particularly for women in business. Mm-hmm. Have you walked into rooms as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, and felt undermined or felt a lack of confidence? I can't imagine that you lack confidence, but are there rooms that you walk into?
Constantly. I feel like the term supermodel, no matter, I'm hot flashing literally right now. I don't get a menstruation situation anymore. And I'm older. Even when my hair is super all gray and I'm just a grandmama, I think as a business person, I will still walk into a room, even if I have a business that has a B in front of it in terms of value, if you know what I'm talking about. I think there's still gonna be that, it's luck. Who's the man behind this? And it just can't be her. And that is something that I will forever live with, but I think it also drives me to continue to push and say, watch me. So it's a little bit of that. I've always had to push against, being a black model and then being a curvier model and then now being somebody that used to be a model and now is, a business person and then went out of retirement, now I'm modeling again. And so I often think of like even my friends when we talk about this in different scenarios, because a lot of the people in this room, you're either doing something right now and you want to do something else. And I think that prejudice to whatever it is that you are, but that you want to do, we need to look at that as fuel and that anger to push you forward and that constant like, watch me. You sit your ass down and you watch me and you learn. You know, that's what I like to portray for people, and also when I'm coaching friends or even students, that's what I talk about.
You've had some strong female role models. I know your mum in particular is like, her work ethic has shaped the way that you have that drive and ambition to keep going.
Yes, my mom, she divorced my dad when I was 6 years old, and we went from a 3-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom apartment in a not the best neighborhood in the world. It's much better today. And my mom said on the first day of that apartment, of us living there, she was sleeping on the floor, didn't even have a couch, anything in the living room. She said, in 1 year, we're gonna have a 2-bedroom. And she took an extra job, and we had another bedroom. And then that first day in that 2-bedroom, she says, in 1 year, we're gonna have a 3-bedroom. And she had 3 jobs. And she showed me the value of hard work and a goal and a dream, but it's not just about laying up and hoping it comes and hoping it happens, and I have people in my life that do that. And I'm trying to always tell them, it's the hard work, it's the sacrifice. Everybody's out partying. You need to be doing your business and be focused. And my mother put that in me, and I'm so grateful for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think anyone would be a fool to underestimate you, but there is a lot of chat online, and I know you listen and watch your socials. There's a lot of chat. Some people are pretty confused. Why is she here? Ice cream? I mean, let's talk about SMIZE Dream.
Yes.
What's going on? Why ice cream?
I love it. You know, he wants to call me friggin' crazy, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to be like so pulled together about it. I love this. So I am obsessed with ice cream, Michael. So when my mom was doing all of those extra jobs, we didn't see her a lot. You know, she would pick me up from school at 6 p.m. I was in the after-school program. Pick me up from school. She would put a meat pie in the oven, and then she'd go to her other job. And my brother was 7 years older than me, so he kind of like babysat. And I'd see her in the morning when I woke up, take me to school, repeat the same thing over and over again. But on Friday nights, we bonded. And we would get in her car, a white Honda Accord, not a black Mercedes, but her white Honda Accord, and we would drive to Hollywood Boulevard and go to the Haagen-Dazs. And she would get coffee ice cream, I would get, she'd get chocolate, sorry, I would get coffee ice cream, and we would just sit in the car and she would talk about her jobs, she would talk about her crazy bosses, but she would say, but I'm not quitting because I have a goal, and we're gonna get that bedroom in 9 months, 8 months, 7 months, 6 months, and it was always over ice cream. So ice cream for me is, yes, the taste, the richness, the nostalgia, all of that, but to me, it's my mama and its dreams. So it's so deep for me. And what a lot of people don't know is, I don't know, about 18 years ago, 19 years ago, 20, damn, I'm old. Was it 20 years ago? Y'all, you know I'm 51, son. 51. So it was a while ago. I was gonna start an ice cream company. And at the same time, I had an opportunity to start a talk show. And I knew that I couldn't do 2 startups at once, because startups, 90% of them fail. I can't do 2. That's gonna be 150%, if that even makes sense, failing, or 180. Anyway, so I figured, let me just focus on this talk show. And I put that business plan on a shelf. And then COVID hit. And we were just sitting there all twiddling our thumbs, and I had a business that I spent a lot of my own money and investors' money that just bottomed. It just disappeared. It was gone. And I said, there's something called essential services, and people can leave their house for food. That's the only way they can leave their house, for food or medicine. And I took my idea off that shelf and started. At the time, it was called SMIZE Cream. Later, I rebranded it to SMIZE Dream, because and this is just for any entrepreneur in the room, don't name your business the category of what it is. So like, SMIZE Cream. What if I want to sell earrings, which we're doing in November? You know, like, it's just too specific. You know, there are so many companies that are struggling right now. There's a company in America called the Burlington Coat Factory, and their commercials are, Burlington Coat Factory, but we also do more than coats. You know, it's like, you know, so just don't name it in the category that it is. Just name it something else. If it's ice cream, name it like Tyra Mercedes, you know? Something else. So you can expand your product and offering.
Ice cream is absolutely an essential service.
It is an essential service, so yeah.
And you're like deeply passionate in the, I went down yesterday and was trying things, and like you as a brand, it personifies you, your name is on it, but also like you're there like doing the tasting, like working with product development.
So I lead R&D, I lead strategy, company culture, everything except finance. I don't know nothing about numbers, y'all. I'm trying, but it's not my strength. You gotta surround yourself, and I'm surrounding myself with Louis wherever he is, my life partner and business partner. So he's more in the finance, but it's my passion. And what I love about our business is it's ice cream and entertainment. And we've kind of flipped the hiring process and recruitment, and instead of doing a job fair, we held auditions. Because I want the people that are working at Smise Dream to have either an entertainment background or have a desire to just show the effervescence of their beautiful, different personality. And so when you come into the Smise Dream shop, they're supposed to be giving you a little something, something, and if they don't, you just let me know. A little something. And just yesterday, Michael, we work with a beautiful improvisational teacher here in Sydney. His name is Jim. Hi, Jim, wherever you are. And we do these improvisational sessions. We started with what we call pushing. Hey, what's up, this Smise Dream? You know, and doing all this performative and big stuff. And now we're focusing on pulling you in and giving customers and guests this intimate, almost immersive theatrical experience moments that not everybody gets.
I love that. And I know you're passionate about injecting more experiential theater into retail, right? Like you're not done. There's more coming.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
Going down to the store.
All I'm saying is Santa Smise is coming out of her frozen shell. For holiday, Mariah Carey, you better look out, girl.
It's on. All right, and then I have to ask the next very important question that a lot of people online have been asking, which is, what is hot ice cream? In fact, let's play the tape on hot ice cream.
I feel like I'm going crazy. It's like I don't sleep. These ideas just keep coming in my head. It's just like, bam, wake me up. And then this one came to me, hot ice cream. Silky ice cream that you can drink. And no, I'm not talking about a latte. I'm not talking about hot chocolate that has flavors. I'm talking about hot ice cream. Innovation that took me over a year to get right. You're gonna be able to taste it. And the name of it is Hot Mama. Yeah.
And
Michael.
you were doing like global press yesterday. This isn't just folks in Sydney saying, "Oh, I might need to go down and check that." It's people saying, "I need to get on a plane to go understand and buy this," and folks right around the world saying, "Has she lost her mind? Is she crazy? What is she doing?"
There are people that honestly think that I have a problem. I have people in my DMs, some people in mental health saying, if you need help, reach out to us. We're here for you. There's no judgment. And I'm like, is that not obvious that it's edited with a logo on the end of it? You know what I'm saying? But one thing I love about what your theme is about like that, the boring. Like, let's just, and I am okay to sacrifice myself and look crazy to break through the clutter. I knew that we would break through the clutter. I knew people would say, "Oh, Tyra's crazy, what's going on?" I just didn't know that it would be a global thing. And you guys, it is crazy. We have people in India, China, Japan, New Zealand. Hey, what's up, y'all, cousins? The United States, like saying, "I want this hot ice cream." The New York Times slid into my DMs. They slid, honey. I was like, "What you doing?" "Oh, I got a man," And so I did an interview with the New York Times 2 days ago. Entertainment Tonight has emailed us. USA Today. I'm not going to say all the Australian ones because y'all going to be like, "Wow, don't put me out there like that." But a beautiful Australian. I did not expect to go viral. So it's crazy. We ran out of hot ice cream cups. And there we were giving it in like the ice cream cups, but it's crazy. But it was a lesson for me to not be scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm from, traditional media and television, and where everybody, millions of people were watching the same thing back in the day, and you had this captive audience, and you can hypnotize them and make them buy whatever you wanted, with advertising and stuff. And it is not the same. This stuff is so micro-dosed in just craziness, so how do we stand out?
Yeah.
And I used to teach at Stanford. I taught for 3 years at Stanford's Business School, and the first thing I used to tell my students, different is better than better. And I want even everybody in the room right now, look to your left, look to your right, say hello, shake their hands, look behind you, shake their hands. Now look them in their eyes and smise strongly, deeply. Smise. Because that is your competition. How are you going to be different? You guys, everybody has only a certain amount of money in that bank account, right? And you want either that product or your service or whatever it is that you are offering to the world, and you need to be different. You need to not be afraid. How many times have you been looking at a car commercial and you're like, what car is this? I don't know, it's the same road going up a mountain. Like, it's the same, right? Why is it that during the American Super Bowl are commercials unique and different? Why can't that be all the time? And so different is better than better. And I want to keep saying it and say it. Let's say it together. Different is, don't make me say this by myself. 1, 2, 3. Different is better than better.
We're learning. We're learning. So I admire the bravery so much, right? And you are putting your personal brand on the line to create those moments as a small business owner with one flagship store, right? Like, let's keep that in perspective. You're right at the start line still in build mode, and you're taking big risks. But we live in this cancel culture era where, yes, people respond well to authenticity, but they also expect kind of a polish and perfect view, especially on social. Do you think that kind of risk-taking is a necessity, as you said?
I think it's
Does
a
it
necessity.
come with risk?
I think it's a necessity for survival, but there is always a risk.
Right.
And there is a trade-off when you are trying to be different. Like, if you try to sell to everybody, you sell to no one. If I'm scared that someone is going to call me, like, that I have a challenge up here, then I do nothing. That is my nature. I love to tell stories. I love to be wacky. I love to be weird. To me, limitless creativity fuels me. And without that, and as an outlet with the internet where I can act a damn fool and people can think that I'm crazy, I don't care. Just be crazy and eat some of my cream. That's, it's fun for me.
What are some other ideas around limitless creativity? Because I love that as a concept, right? Like the way that you're hiring, the people that you're bringing.
The way we're hiring, how we're doing our customer service, how we're going to be even rewarding our team. There's so many different things that I want to do. I've studied company culture for so long and have all these ideas, and to be able to finally be able to live it and breathe it is beautiful. And one of the reasons I came out of here on this stage in this car is because one of my idols is Richard Branson. And he's just not scared. He will put on a dress and a wedding gown and makeup and jump out of a this and do a that because he's quirky, I'm quirky. And we live through that and know that some people are going to say something, but that's not who we're talking to.
Right.
We're talking to the person that either gets it or is making fun of us with us. And that's where that beautiful sweet spot is. And then also, I'm very self-aware, and I know what I represent. And I know I'm not edgy. I know I'm not cool. I'm mass. My American career as a model was Victoria's Secret, very, girl next door with a bra on. Sports Illustrated, swimsuits, very Americana, very safe. But I want to push, but I know I don't necessarily have that muscle. I know how to talk to a lot of people, but I don't know how to be cool. And if I'm going to live by limitless creativity, I have to surround myself by these types of people. And we have just named a creative director of our global Smise Dream ice cream brand. He's an Aussie, and he is the world's first fashion photographer that is the creative director of an ice cream brand. And his name is Brian Spencer. What's up, baby? Brian, where are you? Stand up. Stand up. There you are. There you are. And so you saw the crazy video that we did. I was telling Michael, I love doing keynotes and speaking. This is my favorite thing to do, this and teach uni. I love it, but I have never had a video that I've walked out to like that, and that's because Byron was working on that video, and he's the one who did that. So this is just the very beginning of wacky, wild, fun, unique, and limitless creativity like you've never seen with an ice cream brand.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about teaching.
Yes.
Because that, I mean, I did a lot of research. I got to watch Coyote Ugly again. My wife was thrilled. You taught personal branding at Stanford. Yes. How important do you think it is for an entrepreneur in the room today or a CEO for their personal brand to align or connect with the product or the company that they're building?
Yeah. I think there's a hybrid. I think it is very important from that authenticity, which is like, the word of the probably decade, to be authentic, to use that product, to believe in that product, that service, or whatever it is. At the same time, I teach my students at Stanford that there's a Teflon, a protection of self. If you, yes, have a passion for that product and service, but let's be real, people get fired, right? You get fired, you're, oh my God, I'm Mr. Water, and what am I gonna do now? I'm water. So it's important to have a personal brand that stands for something separate from that product and service, so you have that Teflon. Do you guys say the word Teflon? Is that a thing? Or you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You don't have Teflon? Yeah. Okay, I was about to say. So you know how I can talk about something like, what the hell is that? Okay, it's your Vegemite, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that Teflon is very important so that you can take yourself to another industry when shit hits the fan. So yes, authenticity, yes, connect, but continue to build your brand so that you stand for something separate from your product or your job.
I mean, Harvard literally wrote a paper on you and the impact that you've had on this idea of personal branding, but you also went back to school. You studied at Harvard Business School. Why choose to continue your learning? What are you still hoping to build and grow in addition to all the life experience that you've had, aside from finance?
Aside from finance. I have a lot of natural gut for business. There's a lot of natural things, and I think when I say natural, my mother, we didn't realize that when she was actually managing my modeling career, we were doing strategy. We're gonna say bye to high fashion. We're gonna do more girl next door stuff, or marketing. We need a publicist, and this is the story there. We didn't understand that we were doing a business case for how to make me a successful model. So that is ingrained in me just based on strategizing with my mother. But it was by happenstance and experience, but I knew that I was missing a lot of theory, and I needed that next level to be successful in business and take me from just being a personal brand to someone that was, creating products and service and stuff. So that's why I went, and it changed my life.
Amazing.
I love school. I love it, I love it, I love it so much. And what I love about Harvard Business School is when we have, what do you call those, reunions, you don't just go to a party, you go back to school. So for like a whole week, you're back in the classroom, sometimes you're back in the dorm. And the program that I was in, I wasn't in the MBA program, I was in the owner-president management program. It's like executive education, almost like an executive MBA, kinda. And you're with owners and presidents of businesses. But the crazy thing is we had 180 students in our class. Guess how many women? Anybody throw out numbers? 26? 90? 8.
Wow.
8. Which is friggin' crazy. Wow. Ladies, We got to get, come on now. I know that the classes now, I graduated many years ago, but I know that there's more women now. But we were like, whoa, we got to stick together. What's going on? It's crazy.
Yeah. And credit to you.
Oh, thank you.
So you took the idea off the shelf. You decide now's the time. I've built, the skill set and the confidence to make another pivot, launch this business. Why choose Sydney for the flagship?
I love it here. So it goes a little bit further back. So I know people are like, why the hell are you in Australia, girl? What is happening? What is going on? I'm confused.
We're happy about it, just confused.
Happy and confused, which is a nice place to be, actually. We started our business differently. We really focused on B2B. So we were on some airlines and some cruise ships with this, grab and go with the spoon and lid and all of that. And we found a company here in Australia that could make our recipes in their manufacturing ice cream factory for our accounts for the cruises coming out of Australia and Asia. It just made sense, made sense for footprint and all of that. And so I would come all the time because the milk is so different here. And so I would do the recipe and I'd taste it.
For milk over there.
The whoa, there must be some dairy people in the house. Hey, y'all, cousins. And the milk was so different. So I had to keep coming back to tweak the recipes to make it taste like the American version just because the milk was very different. I could taste the grass in the milk. I could taste the, And I was like, wait, I need to balance this because you can just taste the earth. And so I just kept coming back and back and back. I remember once I was here over Christmas because that was the only time that the co-manufacturing company could fit us in. And I had such jet lag. I would go taste with the scientists, ice cream, and da-da-da-da. And then I was so sleepy. I had so much jet lag. I went to sleep on the ground, on the floor, underneath the conference table in between tastings. It was weird. But I fell in love with this place. And as a family, we just looked at each other after about 1.5 years of coming and said, should we do this? And we packed 15 suitcases.
Only?
And got on a...
Only 15?
Oh, only 15.
Only
you know what? When I hear that, people go, wait, really? Like, that wasn't your shoes? But yeah, we packed 15 suitcases, and we bounced around Melbourne at first. Yeah, I said, Melbourne? Yeah. When I got here, I was like, we bounced around Melbourne. Yes, Melbourne for about a 1.5 months, but settled on Sydney.
Yeah, I'm Melbourne-based. We were talking about this last night, that there's a Melbourne snobbery that you're fearful of.
I am so scared of Melbourne for Smise Dream.
We're very friendly, I promise.
No, you're not. Our coffee is better, our food is better, our arts and culture is better. So I am
in the wrong room.
Terrified to go there because all the foodies are gonna be like, she should just go back to her bag in the car in Sydney. I am terrified. So I gotta get my recipes right. Right now, I'm taking the sugar down by 30% because I don't want all the sugar in my ice cream. I know y'all on the comments saying it's too sweet. So we're taking down the sugar. And when we get to Melbourne, it's gonna be perfect. And if no one likes it there, it's just because they're haters.
I will be there.
You will?
I would be terrified not to. You said just then that you read the comments.
I do.
You read and engage,
yes.
And you repost, and you're there, right?
I'm there, but there is this, we have a social media manager that is friggin' crazy. You should read our comments on Smise Dream. The social media manager, I don't know who they are. They're crazy. Buck wild. And I really enjoy reading it. I'm the social media manager on Smise Dream.
There it is. There it is.
I write the comments.
There it is.
Oh my God, I didn't want to say that.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I led you to it. I mean, no, but I think genuinely.
I have not had alcohol today.
Not today.
I had alcohol last night with Michael. I had my first alcohol in Australia, by the way. I was a virgin with alcohol until I was 50 years old and had my first alcohol. We talked about this last night.
I'm terrified that you would have your first ever hangover today and that I would be responsible for that.
Can you imagine? No. But you know, we were sitting at the table last night talking about our talk and stuff, and I was having this beautiful coconut margarita with Jessica. Where's Jessica? There you are. Hey, girl. And she's with Uber too. And I was like, is this drunk? I feel weird. But it was only like one drink, but I felt like, it's new for me. So I was just like.
Carbs will fix you right up.
What? Did I look, was I drunk?
No, you were fine.
No?
You were
Okay.
Fine. You're fine. We wouldn't do that to you.
Sorry.
So
I'm going off script.
No, that's fine. Social is, I think, just a genuine reflection of like, when you say you're invested in this business, you are invested.
I'm in.
Because it's like brutal out there, and like, but you're willing to like read, listen, respond, and you're also posting some really personal stuff. We talked about your mum before. I'd love to show the video of a really special moment with your mum in the store. Your mom.
Yes, mama.
1, 2, 3, turn around! It's huge! I thought it was going to be a little ice cream store! Oh my God! It's beautiful! Look at that! Oh, Ty! Oh, it's... It's so hard! I can just see... Years and years ago, when I was working so hard as a single mom, I worked more than one job. I worked 2 jobs, I worked 3 jobs, I did whatever I could. And the way we would celebrate each week that I got through is I would take her for ice cream in Hollywood. We lived near Hollywood, and we would go for ice cream, and we would sit in the car and talk about what we wanted out of life and where we wanted to go and how we wanted to live and her dreams, and try to inspire her to be focused. And that ice cream was so special for us. Wherever I go in the world, I see ice cream, and it makes people happy. It makes people calm. Moments together, having those ice cream treats, sitting in the car on Hollywood Boulevard, people watching and dreaming and sharing everything. And now this.
It's crazy, Mama, because even when I look at everything, I'm like, I can't believe this is real. You know, yeah, it's my dream and my vision, but it's more than what I dreamed.
She always loved ice cream. She's always been obsessed with ice cream. And so have I. This is far beyond what I ever thought. I thought I was coming to a little ice cream shop.
And Mama, you know this is dedicated to you. It's dedicated to you.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you. I'm so happy for you.
I don't have a tissue somewhere. I have a paper napkin. I'm giving Tyra Banks a paper napkin. Wow.
Thank you.
That was really beautiful.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
I mean, you talk about the truth of who you are. And truly, it like you feel it in the store. Like there are beautiful personal touches, and like this is not just some celebrity endeavor that is meaningless. Like it's truly like all the way through that brand and business. And we don't have to go there because I'm not going to push you off script, but like when you say you monitor social, you watch people's reaction to that, and even their reaction to that and her role in the business is shaping what you do next, right? Like how you think about the way she shows up as part of the business and brand.
It's so true. Like, first of all, I didn't know my mom was going to react that way. And all these cameras are in the shop, and I'm like having to hold it together, you know? I can't like fall apart too. But it was a shock to me. We actually brought my mom on Sunrise here to talk about the shop and the opening and the brand, and we had some surprises there, and I was like, my mom's gonna totally cry on Sunrise, it's gonna be amazing. And she just laughed through it, the whole thing, and I was like, and then the shop, I thought she was gonna laugh through the shop, so it was the opposite, so it was really weird, so I just wasn't ready. And so I had to go to New York for some work, and there's an art director I work with named Carl, and I said, Carl, I want you to, he lives in Montreal, it's like, Carl, you gotta come to New York, and we gotta sit in a room for 3 days. Because we put this video up, my mom's reaction was like, I wasn't ready, but people's connection to that video, and millions upon millions of people watching it and commenting and saying, that's my mom, or I wish my mom was still here, or oh my God, and da-da-da-da, and I was like, I guess my advice for everybody is you can't be afraid that you've started something, you've launched something, it's in stone, you did the logo, you did the this, you did the that. Your business is not what you say it is what your audience and your customers and your guests and the world says it is. And they told me that Smise Dream is my mama. And just last week, Byron came into our offices, and the first thing he said in the very first creative director meeting, which was ballsy as hell, Byron, you were like, what do you think about the logo? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, there's this image of your mom that you just started drawing of her face, and to me, that's Smise Dream, not the yellow heart with an eye. And we are in the process of changing the logo. Even after we put all this press and stuff into launching here and all of this, because of that video. And that taught me it's never too late to pivot and to continue to listen. And yes, I am there on social, and yes, I hear the nastiest things about me. But I'm like, there's 3 types of comments, and there's 3 types of friends. There's samers. Oh my God, me too, right? There's toppers, like, me too, and I did it better. And then there's downers, like, me too, and boo, you are not cute, so get out, right? And so that's friends, right? Oh my God, me too, oh my God, I'm better, and oh my God, you're shit, right? So, excuse me, can I say that? Oh, okay, all right. And it's the same with comments. So there's beautiful comments, there's people like, oh, you know, you're nothing, I'm better than you. And then there's nasty. But then there's the 4th one, and it's the truth. And when it hurts, just when it hurts you a little bit, that's when you have to listen. When you laugh or you go, oh, hater, whatever, there's tons of those, block, restrict, whatever. But the ones where it just makes you a little uncomfortable is where the change happens. It's when I read, I love this flavor, this one was too sweet. Or I went into the store, and yes, you're saying that it's entertainment, but these 2 people were talking behind the counter, and they didn't listen to me. You know, or just all of these different things. When it hurts me, it's like, okay, let me listen, let me investigate, and let me make change.
Yeah, there's a lot of people at South by this week who are seeking inspiration, right? They're looking for creativity or what's next, and I think that's a really powerful message, right? Yeah. Like, don't be afraid of hard truths.
Don't be afraid of it.
As a business
and
owner,
let it,
a leader,
and
or
let
in
it
your
hurt. And it's okay to say, you know what, that hurt my feelings. Because everybody in here in this room has dreams and goals to be bigger than where we are right now, and that exposes you to the public. And we live in kind of, I'm not super religious, but like biblical times when like people want to throw the stone and just, you know, that's where we are right now. And put the Teflon on and go out there and just go, but continue to listen. And the one thing about creativity that inspiration is everything, whether it's Pinterest, whether it's going to a theater, whether it's going to a movie, whether it's just putting on some music. But the one thing that I recommend for inspiration is don't look at your industry for inspiration. I don't have a Pinterest board full of Messina and, Piccolina and Gelatissimo and Anita and Riverino, and I can go on, and Mappo and all this great ice cream in Australia. I don't have a Pinterest board of that. My Pinterest board is of a tire company and, of a water company and couches.
Experiential theater.
Experiential theater, like Sleep No More and out of New York and all of those different things. So get inspiration from outside of your business, and then you just tweak it, and then you make it yours. And I'll give an example. So one of my students at Stanford, she was a black woman, beautiful black woman, American woman, and she had a skincare line. And my students were second-year business students about to graduate. And I was coaching them on how to come up with taglines for their business. And I think her tagline was something like "for the culture." So culture is like a code word for black people, our culture is called the culture. And she says "for the culture," and I was like, And then I brought in an expert by the name of Julie Cotonou, and Julie teaches twisting, looking at a different industry and saying, how can I be inspired by that industry and bringing it to my own, just by inspo. And so what we did is we took all of these different brands and we had them on paper. We had McDonald's, Macca's. We had McDonald's, we had Evian, all these different brands, and everybody just had to grab a brand. And she grabbed Disney. Do you guys know what Disney's slogan is? One of them, Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. She took that, and her tagline is now the happiest face on earth. She didn't look at Mecca branding. She didn't look at Sephora. She didn't look at Glossier or Rhode. You know what I mean? She looked at something else and took that inspiration, and now it's hers. So that's my advice.
Amazing. All right, we gotta bring this home.
Yes.
What next? What next for SMIZE Dream? Is there any particular reason that you'd like to share why we are on stage together?
Oh my gosh, Michael, I can't wait to share this. And it's kind of freaking me out in a good way, and I'll tell you why. So we are launching delivery for the first time, exclusively with Uber Eats, with y'all, on Wednesday, which is so crazy to me. That you can order. I know it sounds weird. Of course, we all order food online. I'm not saying that, but there's something about me sitting on the couch eating my SMIZE Dream, and somebody else is sitting eating it too at the same time. I know it's weird, and entrepreneurs understand that. That kind of it's not just yours anymore. It's not just your shop, but it's expanding. So we're launching Wednesday. We're gonna have an exclusive Uber Eats flavor, and then. One thing of, different is better than better. So it's SMIZE Dream ice cream, not gelato. Gelato, okay? In every ice cream tub, we have a Smise surprise, which is a truffle, and not a truffle that a pig, finds in the dirt, but a candy, a chocolate, or a chunk of cookie dough encased in something, or do you buy, pistachio, these candified, just all these different types of truffles inside of our ice cream, and you have to dig and find it. And I am hiding 3 very special Smise surprises that are green, and the flavor is a salted white chocolate mud cake. I didn't say Pound Cake America, Mud Cake Australia, holla. And if you find those, we're gonna announce next week a very special prize that you get. So every tub is gonna have a Smise surprise, but only 3 will have a green one. 3 of the Uber Eats exclusive tubs will have a green one, only 3 of those.
We're very excited.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. What's something right now that you're not doing that you think you should be? and where to from here, for you personally?
So one thing that I suck at, I'm so bad, is I don't work out loud. I work all day. I sleep work. You know how people, when they're on Ambien, they wake up and they eat in the fridge in their sleep? Well, they don't wake up. You heard about that? They open the fridge and they're like, I'm eating, I'm asleep. Well, I actually sleep work. It's a weird thing. I will do a whole document, wake up in the morning and not remember anything. And no, I did not have a coconut margarita. It's just something that happens in my subconscious. I don't know what it is, but it's a thing. So I work, but I don't show it. And so I just launch a product or launch in Australia and don't take you on my journey. And I remember looking online on Instagram at Viola Davis, amazing Academy Award-winning actress Viola Davis, and she posted something and she said, the people that work out loud with less talent will be more successful than the super talented geniuses, as we are in this room, that work silently. And so I am going to start showing my process, showing the wins, showing the losses. And full disclosure, one of the biggest reasons why I don't is because I look crazy without my hair, my makeup, and my wig and all that. You know, and I'm working with no wig, looking crazy in my, nice top up here on a Zoom call, looking crazy down here. And so I'm like, oh, I don't want to put this on social. People are going to be like, oh, authenticity is real, but then you also get attacked for it. So it's this weird thing. But I'm like, you know what? I don't care, y'all. I think y'all gonna see some real hair looking crazy, washed face, pajama looking craziness, showing this entrepreneurial crazy journey. And it is hard out here for a pimp. And y'all know that. You know that it is hard as an entrepreneur, as small business owners. It is friggin' hard. And I'm gonna show it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch. One thing's for sure, it will never, ever be boring. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyra Banks.
Thank you so much.